Hey you guys, so I want to give you a quick message. I was in the middle of doing a reading for myself. It was a love reading, and it kind of turned into a message for other people to, resonate with. So just make sure that you're listening to your intuition and don't force the message to fit if it doesn't feel like it's relatable to you, okay? But I know somebody's going to resonate with this one because I'm making a video about it. So I was doing this love reading for myself, and this turned into like a pay attention type of reading, okay? Because what I've been asking for, or the intention that I've been putting out for myself is wanting to be more aware in my day-to-day life, because sometimes like we'll do things, we'll do it on autopilot, and we're not aware of what we're doing. We just kind of do it out of habit. But I've been wanting to just be more focused on what it is that I'm doing, okay? Because I'm putting together the dots, or I'm connecting the dots, the dots of my life. Everything's coming together, and I just, I don't want to just move through life without being aware, okay? So this was a big wake-up call for me. And it was also coming out like a breakthrough type of message. So for whoever this resonates with, whoever else this message resonates with, I feel like this is going to be something that helps you to see clearly what it is that you may be doing that is working against what it is that you want in love, okay? So they were like, pay attention. And I was like, ooh, what do I need to pay attention to? What do I need to look at? And so like, when I think about love, the type of person that I want in my life, overall stability, in all areas of my life. Like that's the overall message, stability, or the overall goal. Stability, peace, joy, happiness, that type of thing. Like long-term commitment type of relationship. That's where my focus has been. Okay, and so me and my guides, like, they know what I want. They know what I'm trying to attract into my life. And so the card, I pulled out a few cards. One of the cards that came out was heart-to-heart conversations. This one says, honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Okay, and I also want to say, like, you could be single watching this, or you could be in a relationship. So just kind of, take it how it fits. So I'm single. And so I'm having this conversation with myself. So they're telling me to be honest about what it is that I want in love. Be honest with myself. Okay. And so I'm like, okay, I thought I was. And I clarified that card. And what came out was doubts and lack. Okay. So there's a certain type of connection or relationship that I'm trying to attract myself to, but I'm doubtful. So it doesn't add up. I want to be in a stable relationship, but I'm afraid to be in a stable relationship. You see how that kind of that doesn't match? All right. And so the next card that came out after that was pay attention to the red flags. This one says the signs are cautioning you. Okay. So this reading was a sign for me. All right. I want one thing in love, or I want one type of relationship, but in my mind, I'm not confident that I can have that. I have doubts about that. So they're showing me this. And this is one of the reasons why I really do love using tarot, because it helps me to see a lot deeper than I would if I didn't use tarot. It helps me just to see a little deeper, basically, so I can see like, okay, I want this type of relationship, but I'm afraid to step into that type of relationship. Okay. And so as I keep pulling cards, the next card that came out was healing family issues. And when this card came out, because when I pull this card for myself, I'm like, okay, healing family issues, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Okay, so what haven't I not forgiven my parents for? Okay, and so the parent that I'm thinking about would be my dad. Okay, the way that he showed up in my life, or the way that he showed up, as a partner to my mom, it wasn't in the best way, you know. And so sometimes like we'll hold on to things that we don't even realize that we're holding on to, because I didn't even realize today like that is still kind of affecting me, okay? And it's nothing that it's like affecting me to where I can't ever be in a relationship, or to where I'll never have what I'm, you know, trying to attract myself to. But if I keep believing certain things that I saw as a child, or certain things that I saw in my family as it relates to love, like if I keep thinking that that's going to be true for me, then it will be true for me. That's what they're telling me. You know, like whatever you focus on, whatever you put your intentions into, whatever you believe, it will be true. That's what this reading was telling me. So if I'm in this energy of thinking that, you know, I can't, or thinking that, you know, I want to be in a stable relationship, but I'm afraid because of what I've experienced in my past, or what I saw in my past, if I put more energy in that doubt, then that's what it will be. That's what they were showing me. And what, you know, confirmed all of that was this card that says facade and beliefs. Okay, it was clarifying this healing family issues. There are certain things that I saw in my childhood that we all saw. You know, I'm not, you know, the only one that may have experienced, you know, the negative side of life. But it's like when you see certain things, especially growing up, you can think like that's normal, or you can think like that's what your life will be, or you can start to get comfortable. Like, for example, my dad, he was not present. He was very like, it was hit and miss type of energy. He wasn't a stable father. He wasn't a stable partner. He wasn't, you know, he's the complete opposite of what I would want in a man, you know. But if I look back on the type of people that I've been in relationships with, it was my dad, that type of person, that type of energy. And if you're not aware of what it is that you're believing, or what it is that you believe, like, you'll just go through life thinking that like it's just what it is. Like, oh, my family went through this, or, you know, there are no successful marriages in my family, so that it must be, you know, a thing for me. And it does not have to be. That's what I want to let you know in this reading. Like, whatever your past was, regardless of what you experienced in your past, that doesn't have to be what your current situation is. It does not have to be your future, you know. And so they were showing me, my guides were showing me in this message to be aware of that. You know, like, I can't say that I want to be in a committed relationship, or want to be open and vulnerable with my partner, but be afraid of doing those things because of my past. Like, that contradicts what it is that I'm trying to like align myself up for. And some of these messages that I've been putting out, Spirit's been showing me like these opportunities, like the things that we've been asking for, just not in love, but life overall. Like, you're wanting certain things to transpire in your life, but are you mentally ready for that? Like, is your spirit ready to receive? Okay, so just, you may need to take some time to kind of think about what it is that you want. Another thing that came up for me for love specifically was like a fear of rejection. So I don't know if, you know, somebody is like really feeling afraid of love, or feeling like you're going to be abandoned because of what you've experienced in your past, or maybe what you've experienced in, you know, your childhood. But again, like, what you experienced in your past, it doesn't have to be what your future is going to be. So I want you to like really, you know, try to accept that. Like, you can change your path. It does not have to be what your family history was. Like, that doesn't have to be that for you. Okay, so that came up. If you're not really sure like what's kind of holding you back from certain things that you want, specifically in love, because this was a love reading, you may need to ask yourself, you may need to sit down, you know, put some, you know, a pen to paper and write out like, what is holding me back from receiving the love that I desire. You may need to write that down and just kind of like take some time to see what comes up. You know, maybe fear of rejection, that might come up. Feeling like you're not deserving or worthy of love, that may come up, because it kind of came up in this reading for me. And when you write that down and when you see that, and if you understand, okay, like if you know that you are a lovable person, if you know that you are deserving of love, if you know that the universe loves you, God loves you, if you know that, you know, you are loved, then you'll look at that and you'll be like, okay, that's not real. For me to think that I don't deserve love, or for me to think that because I saw certain things in my childhood that are in complete opposition of what I want for my love life to look like, for me to think that I have to have the same type of relationship that my family history shows, like that's not real. That's a facade. You know, like that's not a real thing. Like I don't have to settle for that. I can aspire to have more in my life, you know. And if you look around, people do that all the time. People come from all different type of backgrounds, and it's because they decide to do something new or something different that they, you know, change the course of their destiny or path or whatever. Okay, so basically I just want you to be aware, okay? That's what this message was saying. Just be aware of what it is that you're trying to attract into your life, and where your mindset is, how your mindset is with attracting these things, okay? I got a few songs that came out with this message. So the first song I got, and they're both by Geminis, okay? Gemini artists. So the first song was Count Me Out. That's by Kendrick Lamar. And basically the energy that I was pulling from that song was, you know, somebody being counted out, someone being ignored. But take that time of, you know, let's say for example, you're in a relationship, or you attract relationships where the person always like leaves you, okay? Take that time to just focus on yourself, okay? Try not to get too wrapped up in what this person has going on, what happened, why did they do that to you, X, Y, and Z. Try not to get wrapped up in other people's situations, and try to focus that downtime on yourself. Like take that time where you may have been rejected or ignored. Take that time to just focus on you, okay? When they say rejection is God's protection, that is true. You know, like for some of you, like you may have been rejected by somebody that you really wanted to be with, but just take that time to just focus internally. Like really take that time to focus on yourself, and take yourself seriously. That's another thing that was coming up too in this message. Like take the things that you're desiring, take that seriously. Like that's nothing to be played with, you know. Like you want what you want because for whatever reason you want that type of love, or you want that type of, you know, whatever. Don't feel like you don't deserve that. Don't feel like that's something that's out of your reach, because when I'm here to tell you that the things that you want, the things that you desire, you can definitely have that, okay? That's what I'm trying to like convey through this message, all right? Another song that came out was by Lauryn Hill. It's called Guarding the Gates, and it's from this movie soundtrack, Queen and Slim. So you may want to watch that movie too, especially if you're kind of focused on love. I don't know, but the song came out in the reading. So basically guarding the gates, like that's making sure that the thoughts that you're thinking, the things that you're focusing on, like you're being very selective. All right, so again, going back to like, I want to be in a stable relationship, but I have fears about being in a stable relationship because of my past. So both of those thoughts, those are conflicting. Like they don't go together. It's one or the other. Either I'm gonna be in a stable relationship, or I'm going to be afraid to be in a stable relationship. Like, you can't have both of those things. That's what my team was telling me. So you may need to take some time to kind of just like pay attention to how you feel about love, or how you feel about whatever it is that you're trying to align yourself with. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Another thing that I wrote down was pay attention, because you are intentionally forming a new structure, a new belief as it relates to your love life. Okay. So new beliefs. All right. There's certain things that you saw in your past from your childhood. That's fine. Okay. We're changing those thoughts. That's what's happening now. You're changing the outcome of your destiny. Okay. You're changing things. That's what you're doing. All right. With your thoughts. Okay. And then another card that came out that kind of helped like solidify what I was already feeling was stay optimistic about your love life. Stay optimistic about your love life. Okay. So positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. You know how you like focus on a thing and it shows up in your life? Like, if you focus on the best possible outcome, despite what you went through in your past, that will show up in your life. Okay. And they were also telling me in this reading to just continue to know that I deserve love, that I deserve to be in love, that I am lovable. I'm making this message because I really do feel like there's somebody on this channel that is right there. Like, you're right. I know we see this all the time in these readings, and we see it all the time on YouTube in the spirituality community. Like, your breakthrough is right around the corner, your breakthrough is coming. Like, it's that type of energy that's coming through. But I feel like sometimes we forget just how powerful we are. You know, like, we change all the time. Like, the person that I was last week, last year, like, it's completely different than who I am now. And it's because I decided to think about another version of myself. I decided to focus on being somebody different, being a different version of myself. Okay. So we're always changing. We're always, we always have the choice to be somebody new. You don't have to keep doing the same thing. You don't have to keep being the same version of yourself. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to say, like, try not to get caught up in your past. Okay. I feel like I said this a million times, but I'm going to say it again. Try not to get caught up in your past thoughts, your family history, your old relationships. If all of those things are things that are not helping you to attract the type of relationship that you want, don't focus on that. Don't focus on the negative. Don't focus on things that hurt you. Don't, dwell in that and feel like that's always going to be your story. It doesn't have to be that. It really doesn't. Okay. And so for some of you, you may, maybe over the next few days, you may want to just kind of take some time to nurture yourself, take some time to be compassionate about yourself. Another thing that I was pulling in this reading was regret, like past regrets, like, oh, I should have did this and I wouldn't be in this situation. Don't do that to yourself. Don't nitpick yourself. Don't beat yourself up. You're human, you're growing. All right. You're changing. Don't be hard on yourself. Like, try to, take things easy. And another thing, like, I'm going to say one more thing and then I'll just go ahead and wrap this one up. But really building your relationship with the universe and like becoming more intimate with the universe. I don't know if that's the best word to use, but becoming more in tune with the universe. Like, that has been something that has really transformed my mindset. okay? Really trusting my intuition, trusting the messages that my guides are showing me, trusting that whatever I'm currently seeing, like, there's always a better outcome. Like, really having faith, being optimistic, you know, choosing peace over stress, like those things, like that has really helped me to like really feel better. You know, it's easy to just focus on things that we're used to, and sometimes the things that we're used to are not helpful for the things that we want, so that it's easy to focus on that. But if you take little steps and you focus your intentions on, you know, feeling good every day, being happy, being at peace, like if you focus your energy there in all areas of your life, like you're gonna start to see improvement. Okay, so try not to beat yourself up over what happened in your past or what you did or who you did it with. Like, don't get in that energy, because that doesn't do anything for what it is that you want. Okay, really take time to nurture yourself, love on yourself, you know, be good to yourself. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and leave this message here. I hope that it was helpful to you, and I'm sure I'll be back with more messages. Okay, bye.